Toronto's charity world is reverberating from a shocking announcement today. Goodwill clothing stores are shutting down.
More than a dozen stores, in fact, are affected, as are hundreds of employees. It was news that came today without any warning. One donation after another was dropped off today at a Goodwill Center in Etobicoke, but there was no one here to receive them.
I look into to see if they're open, because I see that there's nobody. The parking lot is empty.
And then you saw the note.
And then I saw the note.
The note simply told customers the Goodwill location was closed today, without any indication of the severity of the situation. All Goodwill locations in Toronto were shut down, the employees locked out, which came as a surprise to the union.
It's unprecedented and it's extremely troubling. And we've not been able to give any answers to these 450 people who are right now thinking the worst.
The worst was confirmed this afternoon. After 80 years, Goodwill Industries, operated by Toronto Charity, announced it was shutting down permanently, blaming a cash flow crisis. Goodwill says 16 GTA locations, 10 donation centers, and 2 offices are closed as of today. 430 employees now out of a job.
A lot of people are right in the middle of a pay cycle, so you've got outstanding wages in addition to, of course, if they are closing, you've got severance, you've got termination, and other benefits that they would be entitled to that we don't know what's going to happen with.
This is what it looks like at many Goodwill drop-off locations across the city. Piles of donated items with nowhere to go. It is unclear what's going to be happening with all of these donations, and all of our calls to Goodwill have not yet been returned. It's not only distressing to the employees, but to the customers as well.
My impression of the people that work here are people who obviously need the work and are, there's a community aspect to the employment aspect of what they're doing.
Goodwill says its mission in Toronto will still continue, although in what capacity is still in question. And all those workers are in the unemployment line now that the Goodwill has run out. The Goodwill locations and donation centers affected today are in Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Newmarket, Barrie, Orillia, and Brockville. Goodwill says it is reaching out to the union as well as all levels of government which provide funding to it to, quote, bring clarity on the closures.